What is going on, my YouTube friends, my Patreon friends, my Lady Gaga friends? What are we up to? We've had some fun ones, man, and I'm very openly a fan of Lady Gaga. I just haven't seen a lot of her like stripped down performances, and I knew that she was a tank when it came to performing, but this has been really cool, man. This has been really cool, and y'all been showing up. This has been a blast. So my friend Ali D sent me this from Patreon, and I appreciate the love and the support. All my Lady Gaga friends. It's been a blast so far, man. It's been a blast. We're doing the Edge of Glory on the Howard Stern show. And like, I'm on the edge of glory. Like, that's so high. So high, man. I'm looking forward to this. Let's watch this.
Gaga, go ahead, please. This is about your grandfather.
Yeah, it's about my
And this is the song that came out of it.
You know, it's also about, it's about also knowing in your heart that you may never reach that glorious moment until you die. So live life on the edge, you know, halfway between heaven and hell, and let's all dance in the middle in purgatory.
I like that. Wow, man, she's gonna play this on those nails. Good for her, man. Good for her.
Sorry.
There ain't no reason you and me should be alone tonight, yeah, baby. Night, yeah, baby. But I got a reason that you should take me home tonight. I need a man that thinks it's right when it's so wrong tonight, yeah, baby. Night, yeah, baby. Right on the limits where we know we both belong tonight.
She came out swinging, man. The tone already. Like that first line had me like sitting back in my chair, like, whew.
It's hot to feel the rush, to brush the dangerous. I'm gonna run right to the edge with you, where we can both fall far in love. I'm on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment of truth. Out on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment with you. I'm on the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. I'm on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment with you. I'm on the edge with you.
Wow, man. Wow, she killed that whole section. Not like I wasn't expected her to, but like, holy. I guess like just like the quick snippet of her talking about her grandfather, like it just kind of changes it all, doesn't it? Because I didn't know what the song was about. It was a bop. It is a bop. Like it's so different. It's so cool, man. This is so neat. She's killing this.
Edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. I'm on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment with you. I'm on the edge with you.
I can't remember if I talked about this specific setup in another one of these Howard Stern videos, but it's cool to see her on an actual grand piano. So in a lot of live environments, they'll put a shell up so it looks like a grand piano and it takes up like the floor space and everything, but it's like a digital piano in here because it's easier to manage. Like this, if you were touring, if you were moving it all the time, would be really, really, really hard to keep in tune. But since it's on the Howard Stern set, I imagine it wouldn't be that difficult. You'd have a piano tuner come in every once in a while, keep it up, and that'd be okay, right? That's neat. And then like again, because they're in the studio, I'm just kind of letting my thoughts unravel here. You'd figure out how to mic it all up and take care of it, because like, you know, there's high strings, there's low strings, and you gotta manage them both differently because their sound waves are gonna travel differently. So, but it's beautiful, isn't it? Sounds just stunning. And these Neumann microphones are cool. There's a whole bunch of them in this series, and I don't know them well enough apart to tell you which one this is. It is a Neumann branded one, but it's amazing how well it sounds when she leaves the like regular pickup pattern of it. So like when she goes above the mic, when she goes away from the mic, she even turns her head away from the microphone. So like if I'm singing here, if I'm talking at the microphone and I turn my head here, I have processing and stuff that'll fix it a little bit, but it does change the kind of sonics of it, right? And I would imagine that would be over accentuated in a microphone like this, but it sounds great. Sounds great. Nice and clear, warm all the time. And she's like putting on a very emotional performance, man. Even hanging onto these words and stretching them a little. I'm on the edge of glory. You know what I mean? Like it's just, she's locked in, man. She's such a performer. Such a performer.
Another shot before we kiss the other side tonight, yeah, baby.
That's about the tequila.
I'm on the edge of something final we call life tonight. Alright, alright. Put on your shades, cause I'll be dancing in the flames tonight, yeah, baby. Night, yeah, baby. It isn't hell if everybody knows my name tonight. Alright, alright. It's hard to feel the rush, to brush the dangerous. I'm gonna run right to the edge with you, where we can both fall far in love. On the edge.
And that rasp she snuck in there too. Like I always presume that, and it's because of my own voice. So like, let's talk about me. I don't want to speak for other singers. When I start singing to a certain point in my voice, I just get this like compression where that grit will start to come out. But she keeps proving time and time again that she's choosing to do that. It's not like this is what your voice does. This is her choosing to have that rasp there, and I love that. I love that. I think it sounds great.
I'm on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment of truth. Out on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment with you. I'm on the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. I'm the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment. I'm on the edge with you. On the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge. I'm on the edge with you, with you, with you, with you, with you. I'm on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment of truth. I'm on the edge of glory. Oh, I'm hanging on a moment, baby, with you. I'm on the edge. I'm on the
Oh man, that was such a great like build section after the bridge, and then like bring it back down. I thought it was gonna end probably 30 seconds ago. And that was a great build to do by yourself too, with the piano, and even letting like, okay, there's like a balance, right? Like in being a singer, there's a balance to just like being a singer. Like if I handed Lady Gaga a sheet of paper and said, can you sing these words and these melodies? Like that's part of it, but there's an emotional component to it too. And you kind of have to balance the two, right? Because you want to sing, like Lady Gaga can sing perfectly in pitch, so you want to make sure that's intact. She can sing like crazy riffs and all that stuff. She wants to make sure that's intact, but without the emotion, it wouldn't land, right? And there's parts of this where she's like letting the emotion take priority, like where the balance is almost like out of skew, where it's like the musicianship side is almost like starting to leave, and it's just becoming an emotional performance, right? And like that takes a lot of vulnerability, man. It takes a lot of just like willingness to be in the moment. I think it's beautiful. I think it's so beautiful to see.
edge of glory. Oh, I'm hanging on a moment, baby, with you. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge. The edge. The edge. I'm on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment. I'm on the edge with you.
Good for her, man. I can't like, she held it together. She held it together.
Gaga,
And like, you know, the like tequila shout out and let's have one more shot before this and that. Like, it was obviously a celebration that she was remembering, but it doesn't make it easier, right? Like, I'm not going to go down that road. That's too sad of a road. Fantastic performance, man. I loved it. I loved it. She's so charismatic. She seems so engaged with like the emotionality of the song. She's willing to show us that. Like, I think it's really cool. And to take it from like the Edge of Glory, like the radio one that we hear, like the original one that we hear, and make it like this, like that's just got to show how talented of a songwriter she is. Because it's good. It's good both ways, you know? Anyhow, my friends, I appreciate the request. We'll see everyone again soon.